Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. We're going to be trying to make some decent usage out of Ryoshu's new Contempt ego. I didn't use this at all yesterday, so I still don't know what Contempt of the Gaze does numerically. I hope to see what it does. But yeah, we're just going for fairly standard, like, Lust Resonance type stuff. It's the kind of thing where there's so much support for Lust Resonance that, like, the team I'm going for here is, like, basically, like, the only team, right? Because I'm using like all the Lust-based egos. We can immediately go for Smoke and Wires. That's funny. We're starting with Bleed stuff, of course. Let's try it. Normally you'd go for Muzzle first for the Fusion. We can't even use the Fusion Gift, though, yeah. And do we even have a lot of Bleed Infliction straight up? Not like the most, but it works on the egos, so it's something. Yeah, I guess I should have thought about the Bleed Fusion Gift, because we can't quite get that going. That's alright. Yeah, this is the team. Each person has an important purpose. Obviously, Ryoshu's here for Contempt All. A lot of these guys, I kind of am working under the assumption that they're going to be ego spamming. It doesn't matter how much lust they have in their actual kits. Because, like, obviously, Gregor has Garden of Thorns. We're running Zwei because he's the fastest Gregor ID. You've got Whistles. Of course, Contempt All, big thing we're going for here. It's just kind of a big damage shield that benefits a lot from Lust Resonance. That's the main thing for Contempt All. You've got Sanguine Desire, more bleed stuff, it's funny. You've got Yasunyata, which is Lust Fragility, so that could work, I guess. You're the person who's not really necessarily needs to be here. And Lifetime Stew, Lust Resonance Ego. Need I say more? But yeah, so we're going to spend the first season chunk of this run just trying to get a lot of resources. If we can get some, like, Grand Welcome type stuff going, that would be nice. Because while we do have a little bit of everything on this team, and I made sure we've got decent ability to fund the stuff we need for Contempt All, it's still not, like, insane, right? Especially when he's spamming so many egos so much, we definitely could really benefit from a Grand Welcome, or really anything that gives us more resources. Even Perversion, funnily enough, would be pretty nice for us, simply because it synergizes. I guess Contempt All using it does mean that you can get, more resources with Ryoshu. So it kind of pays for itself. So that's something to keep in mind, I guess. Keep on triggering the Whistles. Whistles is really nice, especially early on, just to get your sanity up. Nice. Yeah, and you can cook anything. That's the reason why we're running Chef specifically. We'd probably be better off running a Kurokuma or something, but Chef Ryoshu's skill 3 is just like a big Lust nuke. So it works well enough. Yeah, we'll keep on going. I'll try using the EU against the first floor boss, maybe, see how that goes. We should have enough resources for it already. Yeah. Because it's Wrath, Lust, Pride, and Envy, a decent bit of each, but it's specifically 3 Wrath, 4 Lust, 4 Pride, 3 Envy. So yeah, a little bit. But it does gain at least 3 resources immediately on use, or I guess 4 technically, because 1 Lust and for using it just normally, and then 1 for each of the Sin Affinities of whatever ID Ryoshu has. This ID works pretty well for that, because we do need all 3 of these, so it fits. But yeah, it's a fairly easy. This we don't even really need to do on this floor. Okay. Dawn failed a little bit. Because, like, we're gonna be fighting G-Corp Head Manager, who really doesn't need to get egoed to death, so maybe we do just save it for second floor. Go for, like, a Lust week / week, something like that. Second floor, if we can. That works well, maybe. We still need some whistling, yeah. So that'll be nice. Yeah, Red Gossipium would be nice. White Gossipium would be nice, I guess, for the bleed stuff. Red especially, though, because we really don't have a lot of actual bleed inflictors here. We're gonna get Wound Clear to ++, but it's not the most manageable thing. We've got some Wrath stuff, we've got some bleed stuff, but not an insane amount, because our primary goal here is just pure Lust, right? Okay, we get an event here, something that gives resources, maybe? No. This is something that could benefit as well. Single coin and pride stuff giving us buffs. We've got some pride stuff, not a lot. Got quite a few pride skill 3 stuff. But single coin stuff, we have egos, right? Contempt isn't a single coin, but the rest of the egos we have are. So that's a possibility. Get whistles going again. I think everyone is at max or basically at max now, so that's good. No longer need to worry about the whistles too much. It's still nice to have, because it'll help mitigate sanity loss from spamming egos by getting whistles to go, right? Just because Contempt is a little bit pricey for like some standards, because it's got a 40 straight up cost and then 10 this end of turn, 10 end of turn, so it is 40 in total for Awakening. So that's a little bit like compared to this one, which is another VOV, like 15 straight up. This one's like the most insane for sanity, actually. Oh god, I didn't mean to overclock that. Trying to look at it. It's hard to look at the egos there because they scroll too fast. But like, if we look at Sanguine Desire, 3 turns lose 10 SP and 15 sanity cost. Sanguine Desire sanity cost is kind of insane. Because this is a 45 sanity costing ego, effectively. However, Contempt, the sanity loss doesn't last as long, but it's also a little bit more upfront compared to a lot of the other VOVs. So we'll have to see how that feels. I hope like the Dawn seasonal VOV is going to be like a 0 SP cost, but then like lose like 30 SP at the end of the turn or something. Something like that could be real funny. Because we haven't had any 0 SP cost egos yet. And like, of course, I don't think we'd ever get an actual 0 SP cost unless it had a huge downside. But like, if it just straight up delayed all of its SP cost until after the attack or end of turn or something like that, that could be funny. I don't know. These guys should all die. I just look forward to more shenanigans. Multi-coin egos. It's cool that we have so many. We're getting so many multi-coin egos, but it's still very weird because they're egos that are bad for clashing usually. Because if they were good for clashing, they'd probably have stupidly insane rolls. And like, I mean, they're not bad for clashing. I guess. Kind of, right? I guess Wingbeat kind of is. I don't know. But either way, like, the point still stands that they're mostly for damage. Because most of the time, a good skill 3 is far more damage than a good ego, right? Barring, like, mass attack stuff getting a lot of damage in. But, like, in a single target situation, your skill 3 is usually your best odds. But with some of these egos, it's coming to the point where, like, egos might be able to do damage comparable to a skill 3 against single target, right? We've been getting a lot more, like, permanently single target ego stuff here. Like, without any conditionals or anything. Because both Sanguine Desire and Everlasting are just gonna be single target Awakening no matter what. They don't gain more, like, attack weight with resonance or anything. Their corrosions have attack weight. That's a different thing entirely, though. I'm just talking about the fact that it's not like single target, oh, but if you get like a 3 pride resonance, you gain an additional weight or so, right? Not stuff like that. Okay, these guys should all die here. Yeah, I've been on autopilot once again, so didn't even think about egoing here. It doesn't really feel like a very equal fight. We're just going to try and prioritize going for enemies that are weak to slash, but primarily weak to lust. Who's weak to lust? That's a good question. I don't know, not all that's coming to mind immediately. There's definitely some stuff that's weak to lust, and that would be really nice to abuse. Yeah. I guess, like, Papa Bongi. Papa Bongi's got, like... He's not very tanky anyway, so he kind of dies without needing to make use of his weakness. Papa Bongi would be pretty good for that purpose, though. We grab Smoke and Wires. Random Ego Gift. Torn Bandolier. We've probably got some Pierce. What do we want here? Diagonal Hammer Scriptures is not a bad idea, actually. You know, I'll go for it. We'll just hope we get a muzzle from the shop. We'll do some bleed refresh or something along those lines, right? Like I was saying, we kind of want this. Fire Down synergizes with us actually a decent bit. Take it. Why not? Dawn skill change, Sinclair skill change, no. Ryoshu skill change, get you another skill 3 in case you're not egoing, I guess, right? Let's do a bleed refresh, see if anything good shows up, because then we can sell something. Arrested him. It's not great. We don't... I need to remind myself, we don't need the fusion gift. We can't use the fusion gift. There's no reason to worry about the fusion gift. We don't need the muzzle. We only have a couple... Only half our team is bleed, so we can't get the fusion gift. Because, like, Faust, Ryoshu, and Rodion are bleed, but you know, Dawn, Otis, and Gregor aren't. Could have selected different IDs if we wanted to go for the bleed fusion gift. Would have been nice, because it means all Contempt would have double. Yeah. Would have double damage because the fusion gift. Okay. Maybe that's something to consider then. If we do, we might change our team up a little bit. You know, switch in like Ring Otis and like Middle Dawn or something like that. Middle Dawn in a Lust team sounds weird, but she's gonna be egoing. Dawn also is the one with the most consistently usable ego because it's only 5 Lust, which is... Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of Lust. We could also switch Gregor for like Kurokumo and keep like Dawn or Otis the way they are. I really like having Zwei Gregor for this team though, because he can actually get some good speed going. We really want him going first. Some other stuff, turn order doesn't matter. Like, you kind of want Otis going before a lot of other people, since she's going to be inflicting Lust Fragility for same turn stuff, and that's all she's doing. But it's not as important as Gregor. If we get the 6 Lust Resonance, the good thing is we do gain benefits this turn and next turn, so it's not the biggest deal, but the same turn stuff only applies after the attack goes through, so you kind of want him going first. Right. Nice. Some events on this floor. See if we get anything funny. What do we get here? Not very funny. It's out of the pool, though, so that's good. We can use it for fusion, right? We get to the next floor shop, maybe try seeing if we can fuse a random rusted muzzle. We should have bought Assorted him, because then it would have been out of the pool. I guess we'd want to choose a floor next floor that has a bleed tier 1 ego that we don't want, so that we can't fuse it. So that we've got a better chance of fusing Rusted Muzzle, and then if we can get Rusted Muzzle, if we can get Bloody Mist, I'll do some team switch stuff. So that we can get the bleed synergy going. That sounds like a good idea. I really don't make use of the fact I can change my team mid-run much at all. But like, I definitely could if I've got like ideas. Normally it's not something you'd ever really need, right? I guess what you could do is you could have a team like set up to fuel whatever egos you wanted to spam, and then like midway through switch stuff around so that you can instead make use of all those resources you've built up. That's an idea, I guess. Or like if some idea you kind of want, or like if I guess like syncing, for example, if you wanted... Syncing doesn't really apply, because like if you wanted to use DHE Yi-Song, like what I was doing yesterday, DHE Yi-Song and switch to Spice Fish later on, you could do that, but DHEs kind of were not great for syncing anyways, so it's not that logical of a thing to do. I don't know, it's weird. Boss time though, we're gonna try seeing if we can make use of Contempt Awe here, since we're you know 15 minutes into the episode and we haven't even seen the main ego yet. Should be able to pull it out here. Yeah, this looks good. Don't need to go full ego spam here. I'll do a little bit of ego spam, right? Like, we'll do some, like, that sort of stuff. Like that, I think. Burn of Thorns, Yasunyada for the Lust Fragility, Contempt Awe to do a lot of damage. I think that seems good. You guys are neutral / neutral Lust. Okay, that works. We're not going for full ego spam here because it's the second floor boss, right? Don't want to go too crazy with it. But getting a different Dawn could also be nice because then we won't have a fast Dawn. So that she's not going to be fast. We don't need Gregor to be the fastest. We just need him to be faster than Ryoshu most of the time. Yeah, this doesn't do a stupid amounts of damage, but it gets all the lust damage up and power up and all that sort of stuff going. Similar situation with the Yasenyata. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it gets the lust fragility set up for Ryoshu. Not an ego I use too frequently. This was the first gotcha ego I got. I think this was just straight up the first ego I got in the game. Which is funny to think about. I think I got this one... I might have gotten Ebony Stem first, because, you know, Battle Pass, but I got this one shortly after, so Otis was just nice to have, because she had a lot of egos. But yeah, Contempt all the time. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. Break that arm, yeah, nice. Potentially break the other arm here. How low is the other arm? Didn't quite break it, but we stagger it, so that's something. We can kill this guy this turn. But yeah, so I want to take a look. So right now you've got... Okay. So you have... Because you got to 7, you have Contempt of the Gaze here. So 7 protection, 7 damage down, 20 aggro. That's insane. Okay. I was really wondering what the numbers were going to be. I was expecting to be like 35% damage down or something, but it's like straight up in like 3 protection or something. 7 of each is a lot. And 20 aggro, so yeah, the enemy really wants you. I'm just going to let that guy hit me, I think. Just for the sake of it. Because I just want to see this happen. We could just kill that guy this turn, but like, he's going to get poison on us, but that's fine. Just take down that guy's arm. And you've got... Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. You've got the little thing going on there. Cool. You're building up resources with your skills, so that's nice. One of whatever we have the least of, so I think pride in the situation. But like, yeah, you're doing no damage. 7 protection. Not a number you see too frequently unless you're running like Suncliff with like Gift Sack active, right? Very cool stuff. Try that. See how that goes. We get the whistles, so we get some sanity back on the people who need it. You know, mainly Ryoshu and Gregor. Yeah, that's really cool. You can turn Ryoshu into a pseudo tank. Unfortunately, it does require you to get like the 6 Lust Resonance to do it, or you need to like use it twice back to back or a bunch of times back to back, right? That's how it works. Because if she didn't have 7 there, it would have carried over for 1 turn. So we got like a 5 Lust Resonance. We would have had 6 Contempt of the Gaze because it's Resonance, Lust Resonance plus 1. Would have had 6 this turn, so she would have gotten, you know, her 28% damage up. No, not 20%. It's 7 times. Oh yeah, right. 42%. 42% damage up. And then would have been able to use it again. Okay, we get Nagel Hammer Scriptures for some nail stuff. Might as well. Gamble. No dice. That's fine. Should have taken the random UF. But yeah, so we want to go for... I kind of want to go for this one, because these enemies look like they'd be really fun to hit with. You're super Lust resistant, so I don't think I want to go for you. Let's go Crushers and Breakers. You're weak to Lust, so that could be nice. This is the Lust weak floor, but on the other hand, it's got Muzzle there, so I don't want to. We'll do this, we'll grab Gossipy at the end, right? Seems good. Okay, let's try seeing if we can get this to work. So if we do this as a tier 2, no. That's a tier 1. Only 60% odds, though, so that's not great. But like, we don't need these, so I'm willing to fuse them away. Gamble a little bit. Okay, there's the muzzle. Cool. There's our fusion gift. This will be good for us. We're going to switch up our team a little bit. Switch you for middle. Alright, gotta hit confirm here. Switch you for middle. Switch you for ring. That should be good. I don't think we need to change anything else. Now also Gregor is going to be fairly consistently the fastest, so that's good. You can upgrade Fiery down for more burn, sure. No reason to get a ++ though, because that doesn't affect us at all until we get any way to get burn count. But yeah, so we're looking good. Right, we need to reselect you two, that's fine. Looks good. And now we're going to be doing really nice on that front. Next floor, I'll probably try seeing if I can get, like, do bleed refreshes and maybe get Red Gossipium. Because unless we get Red Gossipium, I don't think we can really maintain bleed much at all. I guess we do have Sanguine Desire, so that's true. Against, like, a boss we could. I didn't take a look at what the boss on this floor was. But, like, against something like Papa Bongi, or I guess especially, like, Bull, we could really do some damage. Bull's probably Lust resistant if I had to guess. I don't remember. I know Bull's weak to, what, Gloom and Sloth, and I definitely resist Wrath and probably resist Lust. Because that's how it is. We'll see. What was the other person that could show up on this floor? Oh, Gluppo. Oh, yeah, Gluppo's not going to be fun if it is Gluppo, so it's probably going to be Gluppo. Yeah, it's Gluppo. Shh. Classic Gluppo. The Gluppo moniker is still so funny to me. Like, it's really just been so widely just adopted that, yeah, his name's Gluppo. Like, I mean, that's all there is to it. Yeah, he's Gluppo. And everyone agrees. What more do you need to say? Okay. Also, I know this isn't a very good idea, but I really like Kurokuma Rodion because she's so slow. It's something I've really started to appreciate with certain teams, this one especially. But, like, really slow IDs are super nice when you're trying to get funny stuff going, because they're going to be pretty consistently slow. Now, Mirror Dungeon stuff might get in the way of that, because, you know, in Mirror Dungeons with full Starlight, all of your Sinners gain +2 to max speed, because normally she's a 2 to 5, she's a 2 to 7 here. But that means she's so frequently going to be last. Really good for Sanguine Desire. I kind of hope we get more really slow IDs in the future. I wish we could have IDs that are slow but could still redirect, right? That's the thing. Because that's the issue with slow IDs. They just so frequently can't redirect. But it's nice having IDs that will consistently be roughly at the same spot in the chain. Because then you can plan around that, right? When everyone's got, like, similar-ish, high-ish speed rolls, you really can't plan around speed much at all, barring, like, getting, like, haste or binder stuff. It's also kind of why I really like the utility of Heathcliff binds for, like, that part of things. Because on top of Before the King and binds being, like, super good for getting a bunch of damage in, just having so much bind that you're set to 1 speed allows you to kind of plan around it, right? You know he's going to be last next turn, so you could set up a bunch of stuff that's going to buff him, like, to a stupid degree. Like, I guess G-Corp Otis is an example, because G-Corp Otis buffs the slowest Sinner, right? If we had more stuff like that, that could definitely synergize. Kind of wish we had more G-Corp Otis. I think it's kind of unfortunate that a lot of the really, like, ally buffing IDs are super faction reliant. Like, DH Immerso is a good example of this because he really only buffs his own allies of his own faction. Some other people too, but it's really primarily works for his own allies. G-Corp Otis is, like, I feel like is the only, like, commander type ID that can really work with anyone. Unfortunately that her buffs aren't that great. She's not great in general. But I really like her design. Like, mechanically. It's cool. Alright, Gluppo time, though. We can try lusting a bunch. Yeah, it looks like a good enough time for it. We don't have a lot of... We're gonna have to do a lot of ego stuff here. But that's to be expected, I think. We're doing decent on resources. Our pride still is not great, which is unfortunate. We could Sanguine Desire if we wanted to for the bleed. We don't have a lot of pride. I'll do it. It's the second to last floor. I live a little. What do we go for? One of the eyes, probably, right? I guess then Sanguine Desire really didn't help us that much, though. We'll do a bunch of damage, though. Sure thing. Let's go all in the left eye. Sure, that looks good. So now you're not going to run a bleed this turn. Not that we're going to stagger this thing before it gets a chance to attack. But, like, we might be able to do some good damage if we stack a bunch of bleed with our random attacks, right? That's the hope. Full Lust Resonance, everyone gets the benefits. Yasun Yada, so the Lust Fragility goes on, so you're going to be taking more damage. The most important thing is that we stagger this guy's eyes sooner rather than later, because it's going to be really annoying since you do resist Slash. And if we stagger you, you become fatal to Slash, so that would be pretty cool, I think. Lifetime Stew, it's the one ego that we can spam without any worry. I guess the Lifetime Stew is kind of annoying because we get the passive going now, so our resources are going to become lusted. Okay, heads on the first coin, that's nice. Okay. God, it's so cinematic. Well, I wonder what the Tails animation looks like. Because I wonder how much less cinematic the Tails is. Do you really have, like, no bleed? I guess, yeah, that checks out, really. Since we use so many egos that don't have bleed on them. Well, we do some damage, so that's something. Or just does some dodging for the fun of it. Ryoshu can do some tanking if need be here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, we can just let her get attacked. Keep on going for the eye, just do a bunch of damage at this point. I don't see why not. Sure. And we don't get the... Do we defend with you for the whistles? Not a bad idea. I might actually just Lifetime Stew just so we can get whistles going. It just means we're going to spend more Lust resources. We still have like 50 Lust, so that's fine. I guess we want to Corrode Lifetime Stew. I forgot about that, because that's better. Yeah, we don't get to use Lifetime Stew, that's fine. I mostly just wanted it because it's technically cheaper than Sangre de Sancho, because Sangre de Sancho would have costed Pride. And 2 Pride is worth a lot more than 3 Lust for us. Yeah, pretty nice. We get Gossipium. Enemies are going to take less damage now, that's fine. Is there anything else we really are looking for bleed for tier 1 through 3s? I don't think so, but we'll go for it. Get more stuff out of the way so we can go for Red Gossipium harder. Rare Gluttony could be real funny, actually. We'll go for these guys. I get the sense that whatever we get here might be pretty good for us. I kind of want Fey Lantern. That's Clam, okay. We'll have to see how that goes then. Shh. Sundered Memory. Ugh, but it's the Slash one's so annoying because you need to be under half to get the full extent of it. That's fine. Oh, Respite, sure. Forgot about that one. Might as well take it. Alright, I was gonna do bleed refreshes. Huh. Kind of slipped my mind entirely. Well, no good skill changes. We're mostly gonna be spamming egos, so I don't really feel the need to worry about skill changes too much in general. We'll go top path. Get some events. Carmilla, cool. Kind of late for Carmilla, but we'll still get some mileage out of it, because we'll go have, like, what, 3 normal fights? Yeah. Oh, there's Fey Lantern. Of course you'd be here. I did say I wanted Fey Lantern, and I guess there you are. Well, that means we just have some random sinking going, which is more damage, so we'll take it. Clam's gonna be a little bit annoying, but I think we should be able to handle it pretty well. You're not gonna have much debuffs, I don't think that's worth it, yeah. Touche, touche. I actually don't think I've ever seen this formation of enemies before. I kind of glanced past it without thinking too much, but like, this is 3 Snake Inquisitors. Huh. Just 3 normal ones. That's weird. Because they don't go to Gluttony Floor a lot. They don't go to Gluttony Floor focused encounters a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of caught off guard by this. This is weird. Nice, that one's down. So there's only one that isn't down. Does Scattering Slash do enough? The answer is no. Okay, that's fine. Just means we gotta focus the others down this turn. And we'll hit you with like a light sky... No, we can't even clash with that. Hit you with a light gripping. Yeah, sure. That'll work. Roll with this. Should have had Ryoshu clashing so that she'd get more sanity. That's right, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to do that last turn, but Otis kind of killed her target before that could go through, so a little unfortunate on that front, but you know, just too strong sometimes. Nice. Gripping that guy, cool. And so now we just gotta finish both of you off. You can get a clash win here, so that's good. Pull that off. We aren't doing whistles too much. Because we changed our team up, we don't have as much lust on the team now. But that's fine. I figured that would happen. We should be able to get our sanity up to max on everyone before the boss anyways. I don't really see the need to ego before that point, so that'll work out. I guess Contempt Awe is Ryoshu's second, like, super resource-gaining heavy ego. Because that was also what they were trying to do with Soda. Keyword being trying. Tails, nice. Good job. Because that was Soda's entire thing, because it was ego, resource, amp, that sort of shenanigans. Which is always an idea. It's really not great. With ego, resource, amp... I guess you can use it to, like, reshuffle where your resources are, but, like, even if you get Ryoshu Soda working well in high speed and stuff, it doesn't pay off basically at all, and you need to kill with it to get the funny benefits. It just doesn't happen. This one, Contempt Awe seems to be good damage. It's damage first and foremost. That's the thing. The resource is like a secondary thing. The bleed is like a secondary thing. It really feels like the bleed is only there, so it's got a status effect that so it can use Bloody Mist to get double damage. Right? That's at least the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. Cool. These guys are being shredded to a fine pulp. To a fine mist, if you will. Boink. Cool. Everyone's at max sanity now, so that's good. We should be able to just manage it. I guess we can get whistles off here. That's something. We don't need to, but we can. Everyone's at max sanity already, so it's very unnecessary. We'll take this focus encounter into a normal fight that's weak to pride. A normal fight that's only weak to pride, that has to be Paladin Mermaids. Why are do the Paladin Mermaids count as gluttony? Do they use a lot of gluttony? I guess they would. I guess that makes sense. That's probably what the fight after this is then, huh? That's fine. This is a... I don't know what's so elite about this elite encounter. Because it's just more sloshing guys. But you know, they're elite in their own way. They're elite in the fact that they're, you know, still better than Slosh Man. And sometimes that's all you need. God. I still can't get over the fact that the sloshing enemies have a unique gimmick. And, you know, Talisman Sinclair got a unique gimmick, but Sloshing Ishmael didn't get the unique gimmick, or even anything vaguely similar to what they were going for. But yeah, this is... I guess time killing time's the normal floor now, huh? Oh yeah, it's these ones. Interesting. They got staggered immediately and unstaggered immediately. Cool. We'll take it. I guess the time killing time floor is the normal floor now. I kind of forgot about that. Since the event's over with, it's just normally on the 4th floor. I think 4th floor normal. I think they made it 4th and 5th floor in hard though, because it was only on 5th floor in hard beforehand. So you can actually get the pocket watches on 4th floor in hard now. So you could potentially get them and then use them for a boss that isn't just Time Ripper. That's cool. Okay, that was a bit of a massacre, but that's enjoyable. We love a good massacre here and there. Okay, what do we get here? I don't really know. Down. Okay, there's a tier 4. Not really what we were looking for. It's kind of late for Zippo Lighter. We'll sell this at this point. Just we can also sell Carmilla pretty safely. Yeah, there's nothing really need to upgrade. I'll buy Gray Coat. I'll buy this for no reason, just beyond it that I feel like it. And we press on. Let's see just how well we should be set on resources. We don't have a lot of pride, all things considered, but it might be enough. A grand welcome would have really helped out here, but we should still be fine on resources. Clam time. What's the plan? We want to go all in on the pearl or the shell? Probably the shell. See if we can just damage it enough. Ryoshu's the slowest here. That's good. You've got gripping, so you don't need to ego. Cool. Okay. Here is the plan. We are going to kill you. End of plan. We should be able to win a bunch of clashes, and you can't run out of bleed because we're sanguine desiring you. Unfortunately, we're not stacking much at all bleed. We really should have tried rolling for like Rusty Nail or something, because then we'd at least get a little bit more bleed potency going, huh? That's fine. We're not trying to focus on the bleed stuff here. Soup. Should have corroded soup. That's alright. I forgot about that again. That's okay. Still decent. Gripping, so next turn you got Gaze, so we can do a lot of damage next turn, potentially. And this is actually our, like, 1 bleed inflictor. So now you're at 17 bleed, so that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. Already staggered, so no more clashes get to be gone through, so you're not going to be bleeding continuously, but that's fine. Sanguine Desire is going to do some good damage. And if we can break the shell before... If we can just break the shell before Ryoshu's attack goes off, which I don't think we're going to get to do. I can't tell how much HP it has, but I think it has too much. Because if you break the shell, then its resistances change to Fatal. But you need to, like, fully break and not just stagger, because that's the gimmick here, right? I don't think we're going to be able to get to that here, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Contempt all hits both at least, so that's nice. And let's see, do we get the double heads again? Yeah, we didn't roll a single tails with Contempt all this entire run, huh? I shouldn't jinx it though, because I'm probably going to use it again next turn, right? Actually, no, we've got 7 damage down. It's not worth using. Huh. Thinking about it. That makes sense. We're out of pride, actually. That's unfortunate. We can't get the full resonance. Because you don't have enough ego. Indeed. Well, we still get some benefits this turn for attacking and stuff, so... I guess we try this. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Whistles, that's cool. We do break the shell here, but we can't Contempt Awe again, which is unfortunate. Should be doing some pretty good damage here. That sort of thing. And we get more Lust shenanigans here by using this again. Not that it makes a big difference at this point. We just punch this guy to death. That's all there is to it for us at this point, right? Yeah, you're doing not too much damage because you've got the funny gaze thing going on. Yeah, now we just don't have really like a cinematic way to finish you off, which is unfortunate, but we can just hit you a bunch of times and then you'll die. Cool, there we go. We did pretty good here. It's kind of a bad boss to get for this bit. I was gambling a little too hard for Fey Lantern because I wanted to slash weak boss, 'cause I thought that'd be funny. Because Fey Lantern is weak to what we... Fey Lantern would have been really nice to us since it's weak to both pride and lust, right? And and slash. But sometimes you fly too close to the sun. Oh, it doesn't take any damage. Cool. Yeah, and give me my rewards. Give me my 3 levels. Okay. That's decent. It's a cool ego. It's another ego that's probably gonna be not insane when you're not building around lust, though. Might be a little too, situational for that side of things, but it should be pretty strong even without it. Even if you can only get a little bit Contempt off. I'm pre-recording this. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned this. I'm gonna be gone for like a week, so all these videos from like here till like Tuesday are pre-recorded, kind of. But yeah. It's a cool ego. Whoops, there we go. Pretty cool. I like the animation a lot, of course, and it's just more damage. That's kind of how a lot of Ryoshu's egos are built around mostly just damage, right? Anything that they do is just kind of for the sake of damage. Doesn't really have a lot for like status effecty stuff, because even her status effecty stuff, like this being kind of bleedy, Force for the Flames and Fourth Match Lane being kind of burny, you more so use them for the damage, and like sometimes there are additional effects with damage, like the Fragile on Force for the Flame. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!